The Midday Mix on Mix 93.8.
Business Boost is brought to you by Mix 93.8 and the National Small Business Chamber, turning small business into big business.
Mike Anderson, CEO and founder of NSBC Africa, joining us on the line. Mike, how are you today?
Damian, all good, thank you, and I trust all is good on your side.
Yeah, no complaints from my side. So I've had a look through today's topic, and it's quite interesting because you start off this whole interview by saying people should just not settle for just a good life, which is quite an interesting thing to say.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Damian. I often come across some great stuff that stands out and makes good sense in managing our daily lives, and of course, in our quest to get ahead. I've spent most of my life studying this and talking to the world's greatest people or greatest entrepreneurs. And no matter who we are, we cannot just settle for a good life. We have to strive for that great life. And you and I have spoken about this often enough. Just to touch on, slow down, sleep well, keep company with great people, avoid news overdose, regular exercise, do something meaningful each day. But here's the thing is, entrepreneurship is living a few years of your life like most people won't, so that you can spend the rest of your life like most people can't.
Yeah, it's something that it's something that you often see online. They say that you need to sacrifice a couple of years of your life for the rest of your lifetime to live the kind of life that you really want. So today you're going to be sharing some strategies how to do more great work and live more of a great life today.
Yeah, David, these are big things coming out right now, and let's get into about 6 of these points. First of all, define 3 things. It's not a measure of success to check off 47 to-dos in a day if you haven't actually accomplished what matters most. Define the 3 high-impact actions you want to take each day and list them as all-day tasks on your calendar so you remember what they are. Point number 2, know who matters. The brutal truth is that if everyone else is happy, then you're likely not doing great work. Great work involves making choices. So you need to be very clear about who you want to say yes to and who matters less. Define your A list, 3 people, and your B list, 5 people of who matters. You can consider saying no to anyone not on these lists. As an added tip here, because it's always tough to disappoint people, frame any feedback you might get as being professional and not personal. Point 3, say yes slowly. It's difficult to say no in most organizations, but until you know how to say no to some of your good work, it will be very difficult to say yes to more great work. So master the art of saying yes slowly. Rather than making it your default response, ask at least 3 questions before you make a decision. Point number 4, weed out and time your meetings. Imperative here, Damian. We all know that meetings can be enormous waste time and energy. Marketing guru Seth Godin famously doesn't do meetings. But for those of us who do, who have to, make how much time you're taking obvious. Google, for example, projects a 4-foot high clock onto a wall in their meetings, and people know exactly how long they've got to make their point. Finally, figure out the most ineffective meetings you've asked to attend and stop attending them. Ask to be sent a list of action items instead. Point number 5, disconnect. Our culture of relentless connectedness disrupts our focus and our ability to do great work. Find systems or structures to manage the relentless flow of emails, because answering 150 emails a day is no one's definition of great work. And then finally, change places. This sounds strange, but it actually works. When you sit down at your desk at the start of the day and crank up your computer, you set your body and brain into good work mode. Be productive and efficient. Great work requires a different type of thinking. Find somewhere else to do your great work. Another place in your office, an empty meeting room, the cafeteria, a coffee shop down the road. Changing the context will change the way you work. So let's take this forward with you and let's add to the magic of your success journey.
I really like that. Now, finally, as we talk about success and how to strive for living a greater life, give us a bit of an update on Africa's biggest and most successful entrepreneurial extravaganza and how we can get involved and get ourselves a free ticket.
Yeah, Damian, I've touched this over time, but of course we'll keep that frenzy going, and we're heading towards May now, and of course Africa's biggest business event, or the entrepreneurial extravaganza of the year, is coming up on the 6th and 7th of September at Sandton Convention Centre. It's all about entrepreneurship. It's all about helping business owners out there to achieve greatness, workshops, seminars, masterclasses, amazing exhibits. So for the business owners out there who are really serious about building a bigger and more successful business, or for those out there who are kind of serious about, I'd like to start my own business, it's the place to be and how to get ahead. And of course, the listeners, it's completely sponsored by all the world's biggest brands. So the listeners can get their free ticket on the actual official website, the Biz Show with a Z, the bizshow.africa. Go there, take a look, get your ticket. It's not too early. And of course, it's going to be a great experience.
Mike, thank you for your time as always. We'll catch up with you next Tuesday.
Fantastic. All the best, Damian.
Cheers. Stay well. Mike Anderson, CEO and founder of NSBC Africa. If you'd like some more info on what Mike and NSBC Africa do, you can go visit them at www.nsbc.africa. One of the things that really stood out for me in that interview was talking about meetings, because so many of my friends that are in the corporate world always talk about these meetings. People set these meetings and they actually are relatively pointless. Like, those ones that could have been an email.
Yeah.
Absolute time wasters.
It happens.
Business Boost is brought to you by Mix 93.8 and the National Small Business Chamber, turning small business into big business.
The Midday Mix on Mix 93.8.